Hey friends, welcome to a brand new chapter of Old Man Brad. Whether you are new here or returning, thank you so much for giving me a listen. If you love the show, go drop me a review over on your favorite podcatcher, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, whatever it may be. I'd love to hear what you think of the show. This week I have another little mini review for a new Screambox exclusive, Santastein. We're going to jump into that here very shortly. Before we do, just subscribe to the show so you never miss any of these episodes. I have a few end-of-the-year episodes coming very soon. I'm going to give my favorites of the year list of horror films, and I have a Christmas-themed review to come as well. All right, let's move on to Santastein.
Max, wait up.
Good morning.
Don't you mean Merry Christmas?
Oh, wow, already?
I'm throwing this party tonight.
Retro Christmas girl.
You remember the theme. Can't believe we used to take that holiday seriously.
Well, how good do you want this party to be?
It's exclusive.
We don't want these then. We don't want to be buying this, underage and stuff. Good luck.
I can't throw a great party today. It'll all have been for nothing. Trust me, it's going to be killer.
Do you remember that night with our trap?
Back when we were just little kids.
I made a terrible mistake, but no, listen. Santa died that night. But none of that matters now because... Santa?
He's probably dangerous.
You don't know that.
And you don't know that he's not. The experiment is unstable. We have no idea what can possibly... Where'd he go?
Oh no, okay, Santa?
When Max Causey was 6, he accidentally killed Santa. 12 years later, Max rectifies his mistake by resurrecting him, but soon realizes the creature he created is a bloodthirsty killer, and it's headed right to his friend's Christmas party. Santastein was written and directed by Manuel Chameleon and Benjamin Edelman, and it stars Jared Karatkin as Max, Michael Vivovich as Santastein, Ophelia Riviera as Paige, and many others. This is, like I said, streaming exclusively on Screambox, and it is a horror comedy that it has some hits, has some misses. You can tell some of it, honestly, is budgetary, I think, and it starts off with these kids trying to catch Santa, catch him in the act, take a picture to prove that he's real. And there's an accident and they kill him. It's actually pretty funny. And then years later, like, the Christmas spirit in this town is gone. Santa is gone. Max is guilty for what he did. And he's kind of become, his goal is to try to fix this. And he is stealing bodies from morgues so he can bring back Santa because he still has Santa's brain. He and his friend Paige have an experiment in school to showing their skills resurrecting. They're resurrecting a mouse, and the mouse eventually becomes very hostile. That's how they find out later about Santa. And this movie is, like I said, it's really funny. There are many of the jokes that land. There are some, it's a little rough, but there are times that this really made me think of Thanksgiving, like that similar humor for me. So there were a lot of things that worked. Well, it's not as raunchy, say, as Thanksgiving, but I think these are two good holiday pairings together. Thanksgiving, Santastein, get your Thanksgiving and Christmas double feature together, where you have, in this movie, I mean, it's Frankenstein. He brings back Santa, and Santa becomes a killer, and he's very not as robotic, say, as Christmas Bloody Christmas, where that is a robot in quotes Santa killing, but this one kind of he seems very, I don't want to say too much robotic, but he kind of is. And there are some kills that were really good in this movie. There's a tongue scene. There's some other great kills. In like any low budget film, you're going to have some that work better than others. I mean, I think one of the biggest things that probably hurt this movie more than anything is budgetary reasons. And I think that's something that affects a lot of independent films. I'm not saying it's bad or, oh my gosh, they shouldn't have made this. Not at all. Independent horror is some of my favorite because the passion and everything they put into this. Santastein is a low budget, silly horror comedy that really does have some heart. Like, Max is trying to bring back the Christmas spirit because he messed up, so many years ago. And now he's trying to rectify that. And then he and his friend Paige messed up and Santa has become a killer. So he has to try to fix it again and try to fix Christmas. All in all, it was a very enjoyable watch. Is this a great movie? No, not at all. Like this, there are many flaws, but am I going to say, oh, you shouldn't watch this movie because X, Y, and Z? No, not at all. Because I like indie horror. I like cheesy horror. And this kind of hit on both ends of things where I had a good time watching it. I may only rate it, say 2.5, probably right in the middle of the road, but it's definitely a movie I would rewatch. I enjoyed my time with it. It's silly, it's fun, and I feel like the more you watch it, especially if you get a group of friends together for the holidays and have fun with this, go sit down, have fun with Santastein, and just laugh along with the jokes or the kills. And just like I would highly suggest doing with something like Thanksgiving, do the same with Santastein. Get a group of friends together, put this on during your Christmas parties this holiday season, because it is just kind of a fun, feel-good holiday Christmas slasher. I think if you love indie horror, if you love Christmas slashers and cheesiness, you're going to have a good time with this movie. I had a good time with this movie. You know what? As I'm sitting here talking about it, thinking about it, I said 2.5. It's a 3. It's a 3 out of 5 for me. This movie was fun. It was funny. It had good kills. There were some that I wish went a little further, but again, it was still great. Go check out Santastein screaming on Screambox right now. All right, on my way out, I am going to give you a couple recommendations of things that you can watch at home. First up is a movie called Malum. This is written and directed by Anthony DiBlasi, and this is a reimagining of his film Last Shift that came out in 2014, I believe. So this is a new reimagining, a bigger budget, and you could tell that budget really helped him with a lot of the effects for sure. And this new version, Malum, has a very good creep factor to it. It does not short you on any of the blood and gore. It is creepy. It has a really cool synth score to it. And I really enjoyed Malum quite a bit. I probably liked it a little more than Last Shift, although Last Shift was pretty good. Go check out both of them. But yes, go watch Malum. It's streaming on Stars right now, or you can rent it, whichever you have. And if you're in the mood for more Christmas horror, go watch It's a Wonderful Knife on Shudder. It is a fun Hallmark-esque slasher with that It's a Wonderful Life story to it, of someone who, needs a redemption story of what's life like without them. And there are many twists and similarities to that original story, but they turn this into a slasher film with Justin Long, who is just hamming it up in this film. But it was fun. It was a fun little watch. And this year we've gotten a few good holiday horror and having a blast checking out these new ones. But It's a Wonderful Knife streaming on Shudder. Go check it out for the holidays. Well, there you have it. That will do it for another chapter of Old Man Brad. I will be back soon with a brand new chapter. Just subscribe to the show and you will never miss any chapter of Old Man Brad or any of the Tales from Tubi episodes that I do over here on Old Man Brad. And if you jump over to the newly released Old Man Brad Patreon, patreon.com/oldmanbrad, I am working on even more great content to bring you with Tubi Tuesday themes, picks for the month, you name it. There is a bunch over there. Go check it out. But I'll be back very soon. Just turn off the lights, snuggle up in that blanket, because it's okay to be scared. We'll talk to you later, everybody.